Hey, Hose Bros, I got a sticky situation. Let me show you what I mean. So what is this? Wetness? Pollen? No. This is a crepe myrtle tree. Had it for about 10 years. It's a great tree. Nice, ornamental. This year, it decided to put out this ooey gooey, sticky, sappy ooze and put it all over my concrete. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my electric pressure washer and try to get that up. Show you a few steps, quick tricks, little life hacks, and of course, some hose. I try to keep my hoses in perfect working order all the time. I got a little lazy and I didn't decouple this hose before I wrapped this up for storage, and I'm getting a little bit of a kink. You can see how this rigid piece here is trying to separate that kink, but it'll form as soon as it's finding its flexibility. So I'm going to start by unreeling this hose using my elbows and my wrists, and we'll see what we could do. Okay, so here's the unreeling. What you're going to see here is a few bends, a few kinks. One thing to remember about this kind of hose is it's a lot like a painting project. 5% of the work is done doing the actual painting, and the rest is prep. A hose like this is going to give you trouble and irritation if you're not careful with it, because it's so rigid. But check this out, I want to show you something about this hose. This is a 2000 PSI maximum pressure hose. So it has to be stiff, it has to be rigid. Check out the warning. Always throw the instructions away, right, hose bros? No, especially not with hoses. Keep away from hot surfaces, max temperature 140 degrees. You can imagine, if you're pressure washing and you put this next to a hot piece of steel that's been baking in the sun all day, that combination of temperature and pressure could melt your hose. That'll be a bad day. Next step, you need your regular hose. Now, this is my setup, pardon the mess, but this is a Suncast reel. I've had this for 8 years, a little faded in the sun, needs a little bit more paint, more UV protection, but check out my reel. Dogs, I'm not just preaching what I practice what I preach. Easy pull, here it comes. Okay, like I said before, a hose job is a lot like painting. Even the hose bro, check out how my indicator line is twisting around. That's not a perfect hose. But, I've had this hose for a good 6 years now, and keep it in this box, well drained, out of the sun, and I like to keep this part nice and straight. Pardon my other messes, but let's see how this hose works. A few little kinks I'm going to want to straighten out here. Good flow. You'll see my aftermarket nozzle on there, nice and tight with a C-clamp. You might remember one of my show us your hose segments where another hose bro had an aftermarket nozzle that was twisting on him. That's a matter of not having a really good clamp at the end of your nozzle. Anyway, I'm going to cut forward. We're going to set this all up, show you how it works. Okay, so we're all set to go here. This is a Briggs & Stratton electric pressure washer. It's got a little soap reservoir here. The nozzle, really impressive, the way it all fits together. Obviously, I lubed before I put this in for my gasket. You can go all the way down to 0 degrees, 15 degrees, 40 degrees, and then anytime you see this little safety cross, that means it's not going to hurt your toes when you're using it. Any of these settings, they're high pressure. You're going to want to make sure you keep your Tootsies safe. And then this one, obviously, with a little bit of soap getting mixed in there. So I'm going to try a tight nozzle, tight angle with the soap to address this sticky, gross issue here. So here we go. Forgot to turn the water on. Okay, so here we go. And just broke the breaker. Okay, welcome to the world of all electric pressure washers. It tends to trip the breaker, so you gotta quickly turn yourself on. Okay, now we got a nice screen. All we're doing here, check out that nice little lizard. We're just gonna be spreading out some soap on all the sticky area. I'm gonna let that soak in a little bit, and then I'm gonna go for the remover. Crepe Myrtle trees, dude. Who knew? I love pressure washing though. Something about a nice, crisp August Sunday, morning time. Weather's great, got a little bit of a breeze. It's gonna warm up later today, but here I am. I'm out here with my magic wand pressure washing. A beautiful thing. Okay, now I'm switching it up. I'm going to go full bore at 0 degrees and really try to scrape out all of this junk. So here we go. Get my camera ready. But it's doing the job in too much of a concentrated area to make these nice little swirls all day. How fun is that? But hose bros, we're not here to waste everybody's time. Clean out the cracks, and then we're gonna switch. Alright hose bros, this thing's pretty sweet. It's the Briggs & Stratton surface cleaner. What it has is 2 spinning wands with high pressure and a nice polyethylene brush all the way around the edge. I'm gonna hook this up, show you guys how it works. Alright, it's all hooked up. Listen to that baby purr. So I just had it set right here. You can already see it's cleaning this up real nice. Few passes, a lot like vacuuming. Who knew, hose bros? You'd be water vacuuming. Oh, that's so nice. Whereas I would have been spending hours here, away from my wife and kids, away from family, just sitting here aimlessly, poking my hose at the concrete. This is going to get my job done in no time flat. It's great for sidewalks and patios. Great for impressing your friends and neighbors. One of these days I'll have a hose master shed. It's not a master shed for the hoses, shed for the hose master. The hose master is a gentleman who knows everything about his hoses. Hey hose bros, check this out. Nice after shot for you. Got all this sticky crepe myrtle sap off there. Oh, look at that reflection. You could almost eat off this concrete. So, another job all done, right? No bros. Look at all this hose mess over here. We gotta clean that up. Start my reel. I want to get my diameter set. And then as I pick up the hose, I'm looking for that natural coil. You can feel it, guys. You can feel it coming together. And remember guys, the hose bros knows